everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the Wealthy LaLa Show with myself, Laurie Laursen. So today, I was just triggered by something and it gave me an insight to chat about. So I wonder if you guys have this up in your world. So I was actually sitting with my hubby and he was showing me a video. Now he loves music. And so he often brings out the iPad or the computer and says, "Hun, watch this video with me." So I was sitting there. I was like, actually, right away, my immediate reaction was like, "Oh, I just really don't want to." And I'm really holding myself accountable more and more to like what those things are. Like if I'm not, choosing something with ease, I'm like, "What's up?" Like, what information is that? Not how wrong am I? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with him? Why is he asking me this? Um, but I actually really, truly just kind of go, okay, I am so reacting here. What is this? So, anyways, I didn't know what it was in the first 10 seconds. So I sat down and I was watching the video and I wanted to be really pissy about it. I did. I was just like, okay, I don't want to watch this. I don't even want to be interested. And I'm like, wow, if this was a girlfriend of mine, because you guys probably do this too, we often treat people outside of the home a little nicer than we choose with the people closest to us, which isn't that really kind of crazy? I really, really the ones like it's okay, we have an off day or an off moment. But if we're consistently doing something like and we choose it with the people that are the closest to us, like we save our best selves for people we don't live with, like isn't that kind of crazy? Like really, if you look at it, isn't it? So anyways, we're sitting here and we're watching the video and oh, lucky me. The video's like 10 minutes long. It's not just a short like 3-minute 5-minute song on YouTube. It's actually a 10-minute one. And it's a band that's okay for me. It's not fantastic, but it was okay. But I was like, wow, I'm normally so curious about life. I'm so interested about things. And I actually like watching people and real people choose things. I like watching things like biographies and autobiographies and shows like that on TV. I can't remember what the other names would be for them. And I was like, well, what is this? So then I realized all of a sudden I got it. I was like, I'm pissed because I'm sitting here listening to something that he's interested in and I'm not getting the same in return. So it was like I was actually like, well, you aren't going to listen to my stuff. I'm not going to listen to yours. So does that actually work for me and my future? Does that work for how I want to show up? Does that work for what I want to create with him? Does that actually work for me and the future I desire to create with anyone? So, okay. So it was really interesting. So because my default is to go pissy. Okay. Not going to lie. Not my finest moments at times. And I go there. So, and now that I'm choosing to see myself with these things and choosing to see it as information rather than judging myself, because the judgment never worked, It's like if you've tried judging yourself for everything that you're judging yourself for, has it made you change? Have you changed? Has it made you any different? Has it made you any better? Likely not, as with myself. So once I realized what it was, I realized it actually took a bit of courage on my part to be vulnerable. And I stood up and I got him to pause something that he was going to go watch. And I just said, hey, I just want to let you know that I need to have more of me here in this because I'm finding that I don't want to give you anything like here. So is it possible for that? Anyways, of course, he was quite agreeable with it. And so on and off words we go forward, and so it actually made me look at, and do you maybe do this too? Like, do you not actually ask for what you want in life? And do you actually take the time to know what you want? Like, I am so good at being aware of what other people need and require. And I realized that that's actually a capacity of mine. So I'm aware that he loves music. I'm aware that he loves listening to it. And for, we've been together for 30 something, like we'll be married 31 years this year, living together 32, to get dating, whatever, 37. And I am only just getting this now, that me just following him around his life. Like, I'm not saying my whole life has been that, but there's been a lot of areas where I've chose that because I thought if he was happy, I would be happy. Um, except there's this little small detail that's kind of a big one, is that I'm a part of this universe too. And that only I know what's actually going to make me happy, and that I may love my grandkids and watch them be happy, and love my kids and watch them be happy, and love my husband and watch him be happy. And in the end, I still have to find what makes me happy. Like, theirs can be fleeting. Theirs can, it's just sort of something. I can use their happiness for only so long, and then I got to find my own. And so what do I need to ask for? And it's kind of like the whole thing of even imposing myself in their lives. Like, say I'm watching a really good Dr. Joe Dispenza video, a 5-minute one, a 10-minute one, an hour one, and I hear something really, really cool. And I'm like, hey, hon, can you listen to this? Like, this was just so cool. Like, as he was listening, or he was showing me his video, I was watching his enthusiasm. And I was watching him be with it, and I'm watching him listen to this music. And I'm like, well, what if I was so in and enjoying what I was listening to, that I'd be just like, hey, you want to come hear this? And it may be something that he wouldn't normally choose, just like I don't very often choose to listen to a music video. If he wasn't around at all, I probably would almost never do it. But I get to experience some really cool different bands. Some that I like, some that I don't like. I get to see some, YouTube concerts and things like that. And it wouldn't be something that I would go looking for if I didn't have him inviting me to something different. And I realized that in me not wanting to, bother someone else with things that I'm interested in, or just not want to be a bother. I don't know if that reads for you guys at all, like if that's something you notice in your world. But because a lot of the stuff that I've done has been new age or different or alternative, a lot of the consensus before, especially when I started almost 20 years ago, um, it was weird, it was different, it was not welcomed, it wasn't invited, and it was kind of just tolerated, if anything. And imagine if I approached myself that way. If I approached me with just tolerance, if I approached me and who I am and what I'm interested in with just, with annoyance. And actually, you guys, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people did that. And I guess the kind of unfortunate thing was that I allowed it to impact me. And so I kind of kept my world really small. So, I mean, my hubby's gone out of his way to say, hey, sit down and watch this video with me. And I've actually never asked for that. So, is there something in your life that you would actually really like to ask for that you've not asked for, that you've only known to be angry or frustrated or annoyed at, but you could actually sit with yourself and go, hey, like, I wonder if there's something I need to ask for here? Ask for the fact that I don't want to listen to videos anymore. Thank you very much. You go enjoy them yourself. Please don't. Or it could be, I actually really don't mind watching, videos, music videos every once in a while. So what is the real problem? Like, what's really going on? Because, I know I've said this on other shows, but so often what we think is actually the problem is actually not the problem. There's actually something else underneath it. And for me, I really got to see it. It's been my habitual unwillingness, unknowingness to not ask for what I want or to even know that I could ask for something. But yet, if you look at it, it was actually really cool. So, what was showing up as anger was actually something that was information. So, and if I would just judge it as pissy and just not being in a good mood and not being willing to listen to something he's trying to show me, I would have missed the invitation that that information was gifting me. Like, Laurie, honey, you have stuff that you want to share too. You can share it. You matter. You're a part of this relationship too. You can invite who you are in now. And I think a lot of times too is like, as we grow and evolve in our lives, and especially someone like say myself who's done a lot of classes, who's really curious about things, um like I wonder how much we judge because it's different. Like it's something, so I start doing this 20 years ago. We've known each other for 37 years. So it's like 17 years in and Laurie starts changing the game. And then you kind of go, well, it's not really welcome. It's kind of not really fair because I'm bringing it in halfway. Um, Gosh, it's so funny because as I'm saying that, I'm like, wow, that really seems absurd. But when it slowly sneaks up on you that way, it just sort of sneaks up, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, that's actually kind of crazy. Why can't new things be invited in any relationship at any time? Like, who says that you start this way, it then therefore has to be that forever? Because I can actually see where I've actually judged myself in the past for that you've kind of changed the game, Laurie. You really should know that you're going to have some problems if you're going to change the game. Well, I wonder what I can ask for even beyond that now. Like if there's anything new that I'm introducing into my life and into other people around me that I care about, not in a way that it's like, pushy, like you guys have to do this. It's like, hey, would you watch this with me? This is really interesting. Or if I was to tell someone about, yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what the yawning is again. like, I'm sorry, not sorry is more what I mean. um, but like if I wanted to introduce EFT or emotional freedom technique, the tapping that I've talked about, you guys can Google it, find it on YouTube. It's an energetic a tapping that you do on endpoints of the meridians. And I've had some great change in my life, great awarenesses and great change with my physical body and with my emotions that, like, why wouldn't I want to be excited to share this to somebody? It doesn't mean they're going to listen or not, but there's nothing wrong with me offering it or offering to share it or to show it. And then they can like it or not, or never like it, or like it 10 years down the line. But the thing is it's okay for me to, gosh, it's almost like I'm not sure if this is the word that I really want to mean, but it's the best one I can think right now. It's like it's okay for me to impose my life on others. Like not in a way that I'm like pushing it on them, but it's okay for me to invite my life into other people's lives. Yeah. And it's okay for us to ask for what we want. And with me sharing what I've shared today, like, is there a place where you can find where you've been angry, annoyed, frustrated, sad, disappointed, and what I've shared has triggered you into going, hey, like, I wonder if there's something here I could ask for, like, rather than just judging yourself as being disappointed or angry or frustrated or, you know, not being a good partner or not, like even with your kids, if you're frustrated with your kids, what do you need to ask for? What do you need to be and do for yourself? I just wonder. This is a really cool conversation. I hope you guys got something out of it. And, let me know if you did. TheWealthyLala@gmail.com. Love to hear from you guys. So I'm going to let you go for today. Yeah, have fun. And even look at it. So I go to a situation where I end up getting annoyed and I create a show out of it that allowed me to really witness myself, get some new awarenesses about it, and, hopefully share and inspire with you. And again, like what's right about these things that we experience, these emotions, all the ones that we label as good or bad? I wonder if they're just information. So have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you next time. Big hugs.